We are Jet Sports Training, where our mission is to cultivate champions. This is where athletes come to get faster and everyday people come to change their lives. This is not a gym, but a community. Come get jetted.
Take off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lot of y'all doubted on me. Now they like, wow, look how far you go. Legendary like all my idols, coming for it all, and I can't wait. Success just called and I got me a date. So I grab my ambitions and I'm on my way. Cross the wrong line and it's bad news. Might get burnt like a candle. We too hot to handle. World at my feet like a sandal. I only move when I plan to. Your moves could get canceled.
My name is Philip Aguilar.
Yes, sir. We don't fucking play. We don't fucking play.
This show is sponsored by one of my best friends, Erica Sanchez, who's with Brows with Erica. She is one of the best persons in business when it comes to getting your eyebrows done. Make sure you go check her out at 6050 North Oracle Road, Suite H. Hey guys, I gotta tell you about one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu places out there, Nogales Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Make sure you go check them out if you're down in Nogales and say what's up to my homie, Andy Behrens. What's up guys? We're back with another episode with a guy that would probably knock me out by just touching me. Let him introduce himself, but I'll say his nickname, Big Bird. Introduce yourself, brother.
What's up, everybody? Kody, Big Bird, Hrastink here. We in it. We in it.
Thank God we ain't in the cage with you. I'd be scared of shit going against you. Hey, man, so I always like to start off with something fun. How did you get into Harry Potter? Because I was researching you and said you're really into Harry Potter, right?
Yeah. That's it's something that's kind of always just stuck around in my childhood, really. You know what I mean? I got the Order of the Phoenix tattoo right here. And
you die hard then.
Yeah, dude. I actually.
Is that the one you slap with?
No, I'm right-handed.
All right.
Right-handed. So that got the power of my baby girl and my 2 King Corsos with me.
Ooh, man, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous combo, man. So what's your favorite one out? I think there's like 7 of them.
I want to say definitely Hollows. Probably Part 2, because that's like the biggest fight with Voldemort. You know what I mean?
You think you could take either of them? Power slap?
Easy, baby, easy.
Oh, man.
Look at his hands. That's crazy.
And I'll put this in. We're gonna have a little bit of competition, kinda. We're gonna have you guys, if we can get enough subscribers, we're gonna have Big Bird here go against Sabian and power slap. So he's right now running the show, looking all scared. So yeah. So one thing I really want to get into, because I'm a huge UFC fan.
Okay.
And The Ultimate Fighter was already awesome. Tell us a little bit about the story on how you got to be on season 1 and season 3 of the Road to Power Slap.
Originally, I had just came off of a fight at 185 for shout out Rise of Prospects out here in Tucson, actually.
Oh yeah, they just had their last show, bro.
Yeah, I was there this last weekend. A couple of my boys was fighting. But I had just had a fight with them and a buddy of mine, Donovan Mountain Man Cross. I don't know if you've seen him on the Power Slap side or not, but he reached out to me and kind of was like, hey, dude, we got this opportunity. We want to bring you out because they love me. I know they're going to love you. They got to get you on. They need you in here. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know how I feel if I get knocked out in front of millions of people right now. And then I started sitting on it for a little while. And only thing that popped in my head was Road to the UFC.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's what the show's called, Road to the UFC. Or
no, Road to the Title.
Road to the Title, yeah, okay.
It's for actual Power Slap titles. But for me, it's my door in at the UFC, technically.
You're building your brand like that.
Right. Technically, I'm a part of the UFC roster now. Yeah. So I went out there and I was supposed to go against the Iron Giant to place for getting into the house for season 1. I ended up going against Mitchell Sipe from Tough 30.
Yeah, that's the dude that went against Usman's brother, right?
Yeah, Muhammad Usman.
That's a big freaking dude, man.
Yeah, that's a big freaking dude. He wound up, man, did his thing, and I just wasn't prepared for it mentally, physically, right in the moment. I didn't stretch for it, or I didn't go out for it, you know. So he starched me. He starched me pretty good.
Because your background's in mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I'm essentially a kickboxer.
Kickboxer.
Yeah, that's like my forte, if you could say.
Yeah, and I want to go into that a little bit because we were talking about before. Tell us a little bit how you got in mixed martial arts, because the story is a little bit different than anyone else. Because most people, when they get into this, they've been wrestling or doing jiu-jitsu since they're 5 years old.
Yeah.
You just saw it one day and you're like, oh, I can beat the crap out of someone.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you see the red or not, but I'm a little Irish, got that ginger in me, so.
Little Conor McGregor in you?
Yeah, fighting's kind of just always been in my blood, you know what I mean? My dad's been a bunch of street fights, just protecting us in general, me and my siblings, you know what I mean?
Because you're originally from Stanford, right? Or Safford.
Yeah, Safford, Arizona, home of Justin Gaethje. But me and some of my boys are trying to put a new stamp on it, you know what I mean? It's not just what he did because he made it out of Safford. Now it's what we can do for our community that nobody else is giving back to.
Yeah.
So essentially we're trying to do that. But yeah, dude, I went out in 2016, I believe, moved out to Maricopa with my mom. My little brother was going through some things. I was just trying to help her raise him, really, because we were adopted, so our mom didn't really have that footing on how to raise children necessarily. And
your grandma raised you, right?
Yeah, yeah. So unfortunately, but everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? I went out there to go help with him, and he was in wrestling in the Canyon State Academy out in Queen Creek.
Yeah.
And so that kind of was the first thing that really piqued me into looking into things. He's been wrestling since he was in middle school.
Yeah. Was it more like, oh, if he can beat the crap out of them, I definitely can do some damage?
Yeah, it was kind of like a who's got the bigger D, you know what I mean, kind of thing. So
who's big bro in this case?
Yeah. So I would go to wrestling matches with him. I would go to practices with him when he was going to Safford Middle School, and probably nothing to brag about, but being in high school, 280 pounds, I was dropping those little kids, and I didn't even know how to wrestle.
Wait, shit, you were 280, then you went down to 185?
Yeah, so when
we got to talk about that.
When I initially started mixed martial arts, it was right after I left high school, and I was about 279.6 pounds.
Were you doing any sports during that?
Yeah, I was playing soccer, actually, but I was a keeper.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and I did play football in middle school, but had a little bit of injury there, never really got back into it.
Yeah.
So soccer was my thing until I couldn't play it no more.
Yeah, and if I was like, your grandma didn't want you getting into mixed martial arts, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not at all. She said I couldn't wrestle. I tried so hard to be on the wrestling team. She wouldn't let me. My older brother I was the middle child, you know, so I got that middle child treatment is all it really was. But finally I get out there in Maricopa and on my own. I live with my mom. She can't really tell me what to do. I'm an adult at this point.
Yeah.
You know? And I need something to do with my spare time. I don't know anybody. I don't have a job. This is what I love to do. Watch every single Saturday. Yeah. Why not try it out? I got a couple boys back home that do it. So I hit them up, you know, message them, hey, what are a few things you think I can start on? Being a heavyweight, I never thought I'd go down in weight. Never thought I'd go down in weight because I tried bodybuilding with my older brother. I tried just dieting on my own, the diet plans that you see all over the internet, you know. But none of that stuff really worked at all, and it just kind of, when I got done working out, added more weight to you and just sat there. So then I found mixed martial arts. Got a little wave master in my backyard and started punching that thing. And
yeah, because your first couple months, you're training by yourself, right?
Yeah.
How did that was like, what were you even doing? Because I know training by myself, because like sometimes my dad and my uncle are my coaches.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's hard, man. Just trying to like, I hate just kind of like pretending like the wrestling moves and stuff like that. How did you even fall in love with it with just doing it by yourself?
This is where I became a kickboxer. Because I had the wave master. I had my little brother, yes, but he was in and out of jail, in and out of juvenile hall, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I never had that partner to do the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, to start that kind of stuff with. So I would message my boys from back in Safford, and they would send me videos of things they learned from their Wing Chun or whatever it was they were learning that day, and just show me different things I could do on the bag. me and YouTube are best friends.
Dude, I call it YouTube University sometimes.
Yeah.
Dude, especially now with Chad VT.
Oh man.
You can put in like, hey, I need a 35-minute conditioning workout or something.
Exactly. But see, back then, 2016, you couldn't do that. You know what I mean? You were like, had to be specific with your words, with your search, so you knew exactly what you were going for.
Yeah.
And like I said, as a heavyweight, I just never thought I was going to go down. So my cardio was the biggest thing I worked on. I wanted to be that heavyweight. I wanted to be the flashy guy that was throwing spinning elbows, throwing spinning fists. I want to be the John Jones of heavyweight.
Yeah.
I became the John Jones of heavyweight. I know how to do all that stuff. Not many of the heavyweights can still do that stuff.
Yeah.
Now I fight all the way down to middleweight.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot more dangerous.
What weight was your first fight at?
It was a heavyweight.
Heavyweight?
Yeah, I took a heavyweight, like, smoker boxing match, I guess you could say, against one of my coaches, my ex-coach's kids at the time. His name was, I don't remember his name. That's right, though. Armando's kids, and it was just, like I said, a smoker match. I went in there, got beat up real quick.
Yeah.
I lasted, I think it was all 3 rounds. They were like 2-minute rounds, I think it was.
Okay.
I went in there and just got punched in the face for 6 minutes, honestly. Like, and after that, Mondo recruited me to Casa Grande, and he was like, "Hey, man, you suck, but I see potential in you."
Yeah.
And he's always been straightforward with that, like me. You know.
Those are always the best coaches.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Not giving, because you see it now with like jiu-jitsu gyms. They're like, hey, come on, I'll make you great. But then they have in the contract, come to 30 classes, get your first stripe, second stripe.
Yeah.
Now, like with that coach, he's like, you might not be good now, but you'll be great if you train with me for a year.
Oh yeah,
guessing.
I gotta 100% throw my base down to Cobra Fight Club. You know, that's and Spartan Nation out in Phoenix or Mesa. I got a little bit of Roman Greco wrestling from Spartan Nation, and then Cobra Fight Club started me up with jiu-jitsu, got my kickboxing on point, sharpened everything up, and at one point in time, I was top 10 in the southern U.S. of the world. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
It's just been inactive 3 years, and I'm ready to get back to it. And I found Brian, who was on one of your last episodes, Brian Scambler, and kind of just took me under his wing, man. And without even necessarily needing to see what I did, knowing my father, he knows my potential. He sees it every single day. He pushes me to be a better person, a better father, a better man in general. And he lit that fire under me again.
That's awesome, man.
I'm ready
No,
to get back.
that's how it is, because he has a comeback story like no other.
Mm-hmm.
And he can put that mindset into you because he's already been through the worst.
Yeah.
So, you know, if he can get through it, anyone can get through anything, even if it's just this shitty 50-minute cardio workout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's got me hooked up with that stuff too, man. You know what I mean? He's got me getting stronger, got my cardio going good, and I remember in your last episode with him, you guys talked about how he never lets adversity beat him in anything, and that just from watching that, it was probably 2:00 in the morning. I was sitting on my toilet watching that episode, and it's stuck with me since.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Man.
It's you were right about it. That is right. And in my mind, I'm 27 years old, gonna be 28 this year. The UFC really stops looking at candidates 30, 31 years old unless you're really starching people.
Yeah.
I haven't necessarily starched anybody yet because I haven't done my training the right way. Now I'm doing it the right way. This is my last chance to get in. This is my last chance to make something for my family of this sport before I really have to walk away from it.
Yeah. So right now, are you switching more over to MMA than Power Slap right now?
I'm utilizing both.
Heck
so I'm waiting for the call for Power Slap. That's my home. Vegas is my second home.
Yeah.
I love being on the stage out there. I love being in front of Dana White.
Yeah.
Frank, Erica, Hunter, all those people, man. I've met so many UFC fighters. I thought Ovin St. Preux was John Jones one time. I dialed him up like we were homies. What's up, dude? But, yeah.
So you're homies with Ovin St. Preux or something?
No, I thought I was. When I seen him at the PI, he walked by, and I was like, what's up, Ovins? Never washing his hand again. And but yeah, so I'm still on the roster for Power Slap. Made it through a few cuts. So I'm just waiting on the call for them.
Yeah.
It's a matter of when, not if, at this point. And then with the MMA stuff, I'm making that my workout, build my strength and conditioning. You know, everything I really need for Power Slap, I can build through MMA.
Yeah. So
and then
I like that. Get into that a little bit. So what's the difference between the training with Power Slap and MMA?
So MMA, I'm kind of working all my tools. You know what I mean? obviously we have times for full MMA. We have different sections for jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, things like that, so we can sharpen our tools there. Power slap is, I want to say, more strength and conditioning than anything. Yeah. You want a lot of power with it. You know,
Rotational, right?
Right, because you want all that torque, that rotational torque, and all that power to go with it. So we're working on explosion necessarily rather than skill or technique. And I mean, technique comes with it. There is a certain lining on your face here that you're not allowed to go above or below.
Oh, like you can't get him in the eye or something?
Yeah, so if you watched my first match from season 3 against James Stonier, that's one of my boys. Shout out Sass Bailey, man. But I clubbed him on the first shot. You could tell I clubbed him. My wrist went all the way back to his ear. My arm stopped right there. Yeah. But the second one, I followed all the way through. I caught front of my hand, boom, flush. I flushed it. He did everything but kiss the counter in front of him, dude. And they called me on a club again because the way I threw it, I was whipping it. I didn't pull it up fast enough, and my wrist went first.
So your fingers have to go first.
Well, with power slap, it's got to be flat 3 points of contact. If I'm going to hit with my entire hand, I have to do wrist, palm, fingers all at the same time. And at any point in time that differs, it's a foul.
Oh, shoot. So there's a lot of technique that goes into it. It's not just your typical, slapping the shit out of someone at the bar or something.
Much different than doing that. Just walking up and hitting somebody. Like everybody, they talk about CTE, they talk about this, they talk about that. First of all, you guys are just yapping from your couch. Keep yapping. The more you talk, the more you comment, the more you hate us, the more you share and talk crap.
The more you get paid.
The more we get paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't care. Talk that crap. Boxers take 200 to 300 shots just leading up to the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't take unnecessary shots unless we're in the fight. And even at that, we take up to 6 max. Oh, yeah. And that's with flinching. And, yeah, not nearly as bad. Yeah, it's an open shot, but it's also, we're using the front hand of our palm. You know what I mean? Yeah. You've got to be pretty damn precise to clean somebody's clock out with the front side of your palm. Yeah. There's reasons, there are rules and regulations to this. We're not punching somebody. There's a reason we can't use the bottom of our palm, you know what I mean, to not create damage like that. Yeah. And most people don't look into it. They just see, oh, he went down. Oh, he's hurting. Yeah. Or his eyes roll back, or he starts seizing. You know what I mean?
I don't know why. I kind of think that's kind of dope. People love violence.
So. It's like I said, it's been instilled in my blood my entire life. You know what I mean? And it's the motivation for when I wake up in the morning outside of my kids. You know, like I get up and crave violence. Money. Yeah, and it's awesome.
Yeah. So I love how you're kind of putting everything together with your MMA career, your slap career. I really want to get into what was that journey like being in the house? Because you see, not a lot of people know what actually goes on because we just see it on TV. And we talked about it, like, what's day one like? Because I heard you got to give up your phones and everything like that.
Oh, yeah. So when they first flew us out to Vegas, and this happened on season 1, too. It wasn't as chaotic for season 3 because by then we kind of got some things figured out, you know what I mean? But season 1, we go in, first day, as soon as we get to the hotel, they took our stuff. And we were out probably, I want to say I was just like the first week. I didn't have my stuff because I lost my match to get into the house for season 1. And then I got all my stuff back, went home, did what I did. Season 3 comes around. We're there like 2 or 3 days. Then when they actually start testing us and running our measurements and our power and stuff, then they come take our phones. They take anything with labels on it. They take, like, we can't have our game systems in the hotel room. We can't literally.
Wait, so did they have you at a house or was it just at a hotel at that point?
At first, it was a hotel.
Was that at least a nice one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was one of the Hilton hotels.
Oh, heck
it's a True by Hilton. So it's like a smaller one, but it's nice. Cool. It's got an inside gym. It's got a little pool in it. It's really nice. And it's Vegas, you know, so you don't really find that many crappy hotels out there.
Yeah, true. That's a circus.
Hey, that's one of my favorite hotels.
Really?
Bro. I love that place.
Probably had a good experience there.
It's like the inner kid in me, you know. I want to take my kids to that place.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
But we don't get out there too often together, but yeah, that'd be cool for that. And yeah, so we were in the house, and for season 1 season 3, I lost the first match because of the disqualification. So they had sent me home or the next day.
Oh, they send you. So it's like the original OG US
Yeah,
or Ultimate
just
Fighter. They
just
send
like
you home.
Ultimate Fighter. As soon as you lose, the next day you were on a flight home. Like the next morning, 8 a.m. I was out.
Oh, jeez.
And but they give you all your stuff back the night before. You know, you get your phone, you contact your family, call my wife, tell her, hey, babe, I didn't get knocked the fuck out. That's a win. That's a little W. I didn't get knocked out this time.
Yeah.
I slept that motherfucker, but I lost. I'm sorry, I lost. So I get home, she picks me up, and mind you, this time it's been about 1.5 years since I came back to Power Slap.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing my training, but it's like I'm mostly working on my family and my bills and things right at this point because it's been so long since I fought, you know. I'm doing my training, but I'm not killing myself like I got a fight coming up because I don't expect anything at this point.
Yeah.
Then they hit me with season 3. I get back from that first fight, and as soon as I touch down, I got a bob. Facebook Marketplace went and got me a bob to get that precision right. Fix that clubbing so I didn't have to hurt nobody like that no more.
It was like game on after that.
100%. 100%. I was like, there's all gas, no brakes. No brakes at all. So I got it, went straight from the airport to go pick it up. Kids, wife, dogs, everything in the car. Went to go pick it up, get home, immediately start training. Every single day, 2-3 hours, I'm out there slapping this thing. I got those things, I'm sure you heard of them, Jazzercise.
Yeah.
We do a partnership with them, or they occasionally sponsor some of our athletes. I did it. I didn't necessarily move up in weight on that one, so no offense to them, but I don't necessarily think it helps that much. I got these other things on Amazon called Bite Fits or something like that.
Yeah.
And they range up in size, little square things, and you just stick them at the outside of your jaw and wrap them out. And when I got that, I started doing that whole week leading up to the next fight. I wasn't gonna let my chin go down while I was sitting there. I needed to fix my precision, you know what I mean? Then a couple of days later, they're like, so just like the Ultimate Fighter, they have alcohol in the house.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, because entertainment aspect of things. You know what I mean? They want people to jump off, go crazy, but not too crazy. That's also why we don't see Mitchell Sipe anymore.
Yeah.
Because of season 1, he got a little crazy.
Yeah.
One of the guys starts having withdrawals, and they pull him from the house.
Oh, shoot.
Well, he's got a fight coming up, the second round of fights. They call Big Bird back.
Oh, damn. You're like, it's time to go now?
I was like, yep, I knew it. I saw it coming. I felt it the second I got off the plane. I told my wife, they're calling me back. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know when.
This is season 3.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know when. I don't know what for, but I'm going back. I'm not stopping. I'm going back. And sure enough, Erica calls me. They get me flown out there, I think, on a Monday morning. I go straight from the airport to the Apex. Nobody knows I'm coming back. Not one person knows I'm coming back. I'm sitting there waiting.
You just walk in like, I'm here, mother effer.
Well, kind of, yeah. I'm sitting, waiting in the back, waiting for them to figure out where I'm going to be put in, how I'm going to be placed with things. They're holding my luggage. Mind you, everybody else from the house doesn't have any of their stuff. I'm fresh out the airport. I got my phone. I got my wallet. I got everything I want. I'm talking to my wife. I'm excited. I'm talking to my coaches. And then they start lining everybody up for weigh-ins. The next fight is Tuesday mornings or whatever. So they flew me out the day before. We get to weigh-ins. I walk up and they call out Kody, Big Bird, Hrastink, and everybody. What? Yeah. Oh, and you see me come flying up on this.
Here we go.
Woo! Y'all ain't ready. And I went against Darius, the Destroyer. He was the heavyweight champion for Slap Fight Championship for a while. Him and Wolverine. They win, I want to say, like 25 rounds, 27 rounds.
Oh, geez.
And Darius beat him just about every time until they came to Power Slap. Then he finally got him. And so at one point in time, Darius was considered the best in the world. Yeah. You know, heavyweight champion. He's 24 years old. He's 25, 26 now. He's got a chin on him. I got to give him credit there. He's got a chin on him. I came back more vicious. I came back on point, and I came back precise. And he stood there and ate it. I don't know if you watched the video or not. First one, I took it and laughed at him. and the last one he ate from me, easy.
Oh, geez.
He's probably got the hardest chin in power slap. I want to say he's
We're in
maybe,
it for a second. You're just thinking like, can I just punch him instead? Or
yeah. At this point, you know what I mean? Because I hit pretty hard. Like I'm a big dude. I'm not a natural heavyweight by any means. But I'm a pretty big dude. I do have a little bit of power behind me, and he wasn't budging. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I needed to switch up, but I couldn't move from what I was doing because I didn't want to club him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my biggest worry was clubbing him, and I didn't want to club him.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put him out, put out a legend. I'm back on top. I'm in the top 10.
Yeah.
I'm ready to start climbing the rankings. We go to a judge's decision. Darius gets the decision. Of course he does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we're back to the drawing boards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a fight coming up, International Fight Week. I haven't been called for it, about 5-6 weeks still. If y'all see this, Big Bird's always ready.
Yeah. We last time we had Christopher Quiros, El Chapo, and I said something like that. I'm like, yo, Dana White, sign this dude already.
As I'm saying, that's my boy too from
Oh, you know
Dominate
Chris?
Fitness. Yes, I do.
Oh, dude, Dominate Fitness, they got straight killers in there, man.
Oh yeah. If you watch the fights on Saturday for Rise of Prospects, I want to say they went 2 or 3-0 that night. They were killing it. They were killing it. And Chris is a wonderful coach, and on top of athlete and just person in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they also produced Pete Rodriguez. I don't know if he's still fighting for the UFC or not. I know he took that loss to JDM, who's now the champion.
Yep.
Champ. Let's go. But Pete's somebody, I never banged with him, but I thought I was always going to have to fight him during up-and-comings for amateurs and stuff, but it never happened. He went pro, then he started fighting for the UFC, finally starts somebody in the UFC, and I haven't seen him since, you know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on there, but Chris is such a good guy, man.
Yeah,
He's such a good guy.
I saw him. He was actually one of the first dudes I saw in the Tucson wrestling room.
Oh, okay.
So I've seen him from when he was like a freshman in high school, and see how he is. He's like one of those dudes. I've told this to everyone. That dude was put on this earth to fight.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've seen him take out dudes that are twice his size, just like Brian. Like he is meant to fight.
Oh yeah, and even in training, like I trained with him a little bit when I was working at the mine out there in Green Valley, and he's quick, dude. He's got power. He handles me like it's nothing. Yeah, like it's nothing.
So you said with all the training you got going on, you're still working a full-time job at a time, or what?
Right now, I'm not. I haven't been employed for a little while. I was working in the health field, psych and detox field, but it was kind of weighing on my mental health a little bit.
Yeah, it takes a toll on you doing that stuff, man.
Yeah, man. So I had to get out of there, and it's been a struggle trying to find a job since then. Out here in the city, you know, I'm a blue collar guy. I do blue collar work, but people don't always accept me because I don't have the justifications or the qualifications or the high school diploma. You know what I mean? That's cool.
You're just a hustler, grindy, man.
Plain and simple. Just like Chris, the only thing I see myself doing in this life is fighting.
Heck yeah, man.
And nothing can pull me away from it. I thought about boxing. I've thought about dirty boxing. I tried out for bare knuckle. Like, I want to do...
Bare knuckle's a different story, bro.
Yeah, bare knuckle's crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
But I tried... I want to do karate combat. I've been on their page, barking and barking. All kinds of stuff, dude. But nothing will pull me away from MMA. I can't... It's... The love I have for it is too deep. It runs in my veins.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. One thing I do want to talk about before we get going is you got a couple tattoos that mean a lot to you. You want to talk a little bit about that, brother?
Yeah, I do. This one is one of my first tattoos here. It says Lexi on it, EST 2004. That's my baby sister. She was adopted when she was about 2, and I haven't really seen her since. I finally reached out to her after she turned 18, and she talks to me every now and then.
That's awesome.
Hopefully her parents will see this because they don't know. Like I said, she's 18 now, you know what I mean? I don't really care what her parents think about it. That's my baby sister. I love that little girl, and there's nobody that's ever going to replace her.
You got a phoenix as well, too, right?
Yes, this phoenix that I have here. For me, it's more than just the Harry Potter roots. You know what I mean? Phoenix is rising from the ashes. I've been out of the cage for 3 years. I've been trying to jump back on 3 years. I've off and on. I lose the weight. I gain the weight. I lose the weight. I get motivation. I lose motivation. Something happens in my life. I have to stop fighting and just be a parent or just be a person, you know. And I've never given up on this dream. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever worked for in my life outside of being a father to my kids.
That's awesome.
And it just helps me remember that we can do anything we put our minds to.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? No matter who you are, we can do anything we put our minds to.
Yeah, there's a Bible verse I always go by for. I have it on my arm too. It's Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't seek with your own understanding. And that's one thing I think we all need to understand, because as long as we keep going with our dream, and everyone's Super Bowl is different, we just got to keep looking forward to the next day. And I'm excited because I feel like this is going to be the next, like this is, in this time here, and I think in our lives too, starting this journey here in your life, it seems like you're ready to go for the next chapter.
I am, man. 27 years old. In my head, I'm on the foot end of this, so I got to push even harder. You know, I don't have a chance to mess up again. I have my babies depending on this. My wife, I have a family to feed. I got 6 kids, bro.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I mean? I got 6 kids. My dog just had puppies, 8 puppies.
Yeah.
I got a lot of mouths to feed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's a burning passion that's never left my side, and I don't think it ever will.
I mean, dude, someone with your mindset, they're dangerous no matter what, because it's not just you fighting at that point.
Right, and you know Brian. Now I have Brian in my arsenal. It's gonna be painful when I come back.
Oh, dude, I mean, hey, man, like we've done this for Chris, bro. So anything you can help for sponsorships or anything we can do, let us know, man.
Okay, absolutely.
I already
appreciate
like your
that.
mindset, man.
Yeah,
And then how you're going about things in this new chapter, bro. I'm excited to see what happens next.
Yeah.
Dana White, put this dude for a fight already, my dude.
Let's go.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on, just telling your story a little bit. After your next fight, whatever you got next, bro, we want to bring you back in for sure.
Okay, yeah, for sure, absolutely. Hopefully we can get Power Slap going, international fight where you know what I mean. I love being a part of that stuff. UFC X, all that
there's
stuff.
There's a jiu-jitsu tournament, like my coaches are talking about going down
Okay.
for that weekend.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I bring this fool with me and we'll do like something there at that time.
Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be
Yeah.
sick. That'd be cool. Heck
Yeah,
we'll
man.
figure it out.
And I always do this at the end of the show, bro. Anyone you want to give a shout out to, your sponsors or anything, this is your shot right here.
Shout out Team Alpha. Get me strong, get me good. Rachel Day. Shout out Brian Scambler. Honestly, he's put me on here without even really putting me on here. He's helping me get my brand back. My wife, she holds it down. She's working 2 jobs, going to school full time, taking care of the kids, doing the house. She's the biggest blessing in my life right now. Shout out both my baby girls. They just graduated kindergarten. They're going to the 1st grade.
Nice.
I got to watch her graduate today, and it's comeback season, baby. Let's get it.
Come back. Hey, I'm excited. Like I think this is kind of like announcing your journey to this new chapter, brother.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited to see what happens next, and I look forward to having you back, man. Thanks for being on.
Me too. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man. That's awesome, man.